Hey everybody, welcome to Brilliant Frugal Living. Shout outs from everybody here in Studio B as we connect with our 200 plus stations coast to coast via the Biz Talk Radio and BBS Radio networks. Greetings to you all. This week's show is brought to you by our caring sponsors at Elite Rehab, because everyone knows a family that's fighting the effects of today's substance abuse epidemic. If we're talking about prescription drugs, non-prescription drugs, alcohol, you name it, if someone you care about needs help, it's as simple as that. Pick up the phone and call the professionals at 800-932-4082. That's 800-932-4082. Help the ones you care about. Put that chapter behind them. 800-932-4082. Welcome, guys. It is another fabulous week here at the show. I don't know about the weather in your neck of the woods. Here, I'm looking outside the studio windows here in Philadelphia. Beautiful blue skies, lots of great summer-like weather. We're still topping out 80 a lot of these days. I am digging it. It's beautiful. The best of all worlds, because the leaves are just starting to change. So I love it. Absolutely love it. Another 6 months of 70, 80-degree weather. Not too much to ask here in September. I wouldn't think so. I mentioned this on social media and things just blew up. We had so much fun with it. Victor and I went to an absolutely lovely wedding a couple of weeks ago, a weekend before last. And it was for Victor's best friends, one of his best friend's daughters. And I just got so tickled by this because it was this friend's son who I think, at 8 years old or something, was the ring bearer at our wedding back in 95. So that's 24 years ago. And now they're all grown up, obviously. And the ring bearer's now 30. He's got gray hair. It's crazy. But this beautiful young lady, late 20s, getting married. She and her fiance, now husband, were just adorable. They've got the world on a string. They worked so hard. They had this lovely wedding. And it got me thinking about these amazing, beautiful celebrations again. This was absolutely elegant and lovely, and there was just nothing about it I would have changed. It was just jaw-droppingly beautiful. The bride was adorable, big grin, and the groom was wonderful. And it got me thinking about the huge cost that flat out is involved in just about every single wedding these days. And it happens for the best of reasons. You've got brides and grooms getting married later now than they did in years past. They are a little more established in their careers. Maybe they have a little more money in savings. Maybe they have, at an older age, a much bigger set of friends going on here where they have a larger guest list. People live further away, so there's more travel. You guys get it. You guys know what I'm talking about. But it got me thinking, because I had a great chat with the father and mother of the bride, and they're down to earth, hilarious, hysterical. And again, the bride and the groom fronted a lot of the cost for this, but all the family members wanted to chip in. And it was brought up in conversation that this lovely, amazing, beautiful event, which started early in the afternoon at the church ceremony and went on till I want to say about midnight, ended up costing these lovely people about $50K. And it's their money. This is America. They work hard. When you work hard for your money, you decide how you're going to spend your money. And these people have every single thing going for them. And they made the decision to make this beautiful wedding an all-out blitz. I love it. It was beautiful. And when I started putting the feelers out about this, we got messaging from all over the place with people's opinions and thoughts on this. And I, as a, grown woman with, 2 kids, teenager and just under teenager, preteen, been married for 20 some years, gone to too many weddings to count. I have evolved my thinking when it comes to weddings. I used to have a mindset as a soon to be married woman myself, and then married and going to weddings and helping other people plan their weddings. All of us out there have had certain ideas evolve as we go when it comes to helping a couple go from being, engaged to starting their life together with a beautiful, memorable wedding. And so many people have it out there in their head that every single one of these weddings out there has to cost tens of thousands of dollars, and that simply is not the case. So jumping right into it, I put some feelers out, and I got back some of the most interesting, beautiful, proven money and cost slashing ideas that still put on a flawless, beautiful fairy tale wedding and didn't break the bank. And we're going to jump around from idea to idea here when it comes to the gifts, when it comes to everything else, but just in no particular order. All of these sent in from people who have been married for a while, people who are about to get married, people who have been married for 50 years plus. In no particular order, they're proven ideas for slashing the cost on this, and I'll tell you what they did with the money they would have otherwise spent. And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And before we jump into all these various ways to save money, I want you guys to keep the end game in mind. Whether you are the soon-to-be marrieds, whether you are planning on getting married, whether you are helping a child or a dear friend getting married, think long and hard about the end game. When the wedding day is done and the celebration is complete and everybody's faces hurt because they were smiling so hard all day for this beautiful, amazing day, do you want the bride and groom to go to sleep that night and the parents of the bride and groom to go to sleep that night with tens of thousands of dollars of debt about to show up in the mailbox? Or do you want them to go to sleep with that same smile, knowing that they really owe nothing after this and still pulled off a fairy tale wedding? And not only do they not owe anything, I am hearing from people who blew me away with their incredibly creative ideas. All right. This one, I have to do this one first. I was going to wait till later to do this one. Now I'm so excited about this. I got to do this now. A fantastic couple who wishes to remain unnamed, who, I'm not going to say their names out loud. They sent in this incredible story of theirs. They met in middle school, believe it or not. They had both gone to the same elementary school. Their parents had pulled out all the stops to send them both to this Catholic elementary school as kids. They both credited with being a real lifesaver when it came to their education down the road. It really put them on the right path educationally. Everybody's different. They met each other in middle school, just started dating in high school, went to separate colleges, came back after college, and now they're getting married, which is wonderful. They are both just starting out. They're in their late 20s. Oh, mid-20s, excuse me. He's in his later 20s. She's in her mid-20s. And they found out just before the wedding that they are going to be a family of 3 in the not-too-distant future. So imagine so many things to celebrate. However, they are on a very tough budget, okay? So you have this brand new, wonderful couple. They had the wedding going on, all of this great news coming in at the same time. And what did they do? I love this so much. They put the feelers out to their guests saying, look, we are blessed beyond measure. The numbers were so blessed right there. We love having all of you here. For our wedding, we'd like to keep it simple. And instead of giving us a gift of something we register for at some local department store or whatever else, instead of giving us cash for our wedding, because again, we both have good jobs, they put together a GoFundMe fund type thing where everybody pitched in a couple of bucks for their soon-to-be child's Catholic school education down the road. It doesn't have to be Catholic school. It could be private school of any type, or maybe a charter school, whatever type of schooling that you feel you might need some sort of financing for. They put the feelers out for that, thought maybe they might get lucky. They might get a few thousand in there for whatever. They had, I love this, they had about 100, let's see here. They had 150 guests at their wedding, family, friends, a lot of them that they knew through their elementary school those decades ago. And every one of them was encouraged to put, rather than buy them a gift, to put it into this fund. So 100 people put in $150 each into this fund. And by the time the wedding was over, this beautiful child on the way, they celebrated this wonderful wedding, and this beautiful child on the way could enjoy knowing that there was now $15,000 ready to go for their education, and they showed pictures of them going to the school. The school, I love this, allowed the parents to prepay for their child's upcoming schooling at this school. Child's not even born yet, and they were able to pay for kindergarten all the way through the 6th grade, that's 7 years of schooling, at today's rates. And they wrote a check for it right after they got back from their honeymoon, and their kids' private schooling is now paid for after their wedding. They had a wonderful, small, tasteful wedding. Everybody had a blast. It got the job done. Everybody loved it. And now their beautiful child on the way has got private school taken care of for this very modest budget for this wonderful, basic blue-collar family that just got married. Imagine that for a gift. That's the kind of thing that I just dig when it comes to out of the box, non-ordinary. Who wants ordinary gifts at a wedding? You want a wedding gift that's going to pack a punch. What could be a better punch? Name for me. Literally, guys, anybody listening, name a better gift for two people just married who just found out they're going to be parents within a year to find out that their child already has private school taken care of from kindergarten through the sixth at the same alma mater, so to speak, that their parents went to. It's just brilliant. That's the kind of thing that I love. And guys, I've got pages upon pages of these ready to go to. And I want to hear from you too. Find me online, brilliantfrugalliving.com. Give me all of your best wedding stories, whether you were the one getting married or whether you were the one gifting something brilliant and something out of the box that they just loved and it helped them tremendously. That's the kind of thing I want to get going on here. And the time's flying. I'm getting the nod. We're going. More after this.
Cheap